Hey, this is M, and in today's coaching video, I am going to destroy one of the biggest myths in not only the pickup community, but the entire dating community itself, which is, do hot girls really care about your looks? Do young hot girls out there, do they really care about your physical appearance, how physically attractive you are? Because guys who do not learn this stuff, guys who don't learn any pickup or dating knowledge, tend to have this belief in their heads that young hot girls only care about how physically attractive you are. All they want is a guy who's tall, jacked, good looking, model looking. That's what these hot girls are really after. And the reason why these guys think that is because we as guys are that way. So they tend to think that women are that way too. And it's just not true. Women are not visual creatures, they are emotional creatures. And you really need to understand that. And once you make that shift in your head, you will make it less about your looks and you will make it more about your game. So instead of focusing on your looks so much, you will begin to focus more on your game once you make that mental shift. And once you make that mental shift, you will see your success rate with young hot girls skyrocket, right? Just right up into the stratosphere. Because it's basic law of state transference, guys. What you feel, she feels. So if you think that you are this pathetic, unattractive, short, fat, bald lowlife that can never get her, that she's never gonna find attractive, guess what? You're pretty much gonna get what you want. If you approach a young hot girl and all you're thinking about is how short you are, how fat you are, how bald you are, how much you're lacking, you are going to transfer those feelings onto the girl, that you don't feel good about yourself, that you don't feel complete, that you feel that she is only going to like you for your looks. You're going to transfer that onto her because it's basic law of state transference. What you feel, she feels. But if you approach that same hot girl with a complete mindset shift and you stop focusing on your looks and you start focusing on your game, where you're like, you know what? Being short is friggin' badass. Having a belly is the bomb. Being short, fat, and balding is what is in. This is what hot girls should be after. If you go in with that attitude, guess what? You're going to transfer those feelings onto her and she is going to become attracted to you because she's gonna be like, this guy is badass. He's hilarious. He's awesome. I love him. Okay? And one of the prime examples I have for this is my student Rajiv. I love bringing up Rajiv. He's this 5'6" Indian guy who is balding, he's short, he's kind of fat, and he's a software engineer. It's kind of nerdy too, but he just walks up to young hot girls like, boom, I'm Rajiv. Who are you? You know, and the girl's like, oh my God, I love you. How is this happening? You know, how is this 5'6" guy approaching model looking women who are 5'9" and getting them laughing, hugging him, putting their hands all over him, grabbing his ass? These girls do grab his ass. The girls like pick him up sometimes. I mean, how is that happening? Where you take the same type of guy who's also short, fat, and balding, but he doesn't have Rajiv's confidence. You take that same short, fat, balding guy who is all focused on his looks and his appearance, have him approach that same young hot girl. Of course she's gonna look at him and be like, no, dude, ugh, gross. Because again, law of state transference. What you feel, she feels. So if you're focused on your looks, she is going to focus on your looks. But if you're focused on your game, that's all she's gonna focus on is your game and how good your game actually is. This is why I keep telling you guys, you know, when it comes to young hot girls, it's not about your looks, it's about your game, period. We're gonna dive more into this coaching video because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There are certain girls out there, okay? There are certain girls out there that do care about your looks. I'm gonna tell you that, that's the truth. There are certain girls out there that do care about your physical attractiveness. But guess what? They are not the 8s, 9s, and 10s, okay? They're not the 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm gonna tell you in today's coaching video who those girls are. So definitely stay tuned because it's gonna shock you. I want you to stick around for this. Now, before I forget, today's coaching lesson is taken directly from my monthly coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you all of these powerful lessons for how to get these young hot girls into your own life. And not just once or twice, but each and every month, okay? You're gonna be able to bring these young hot girls into your life each and every month And you're going to create an abundance of dating options that you could tap into anytime you want to. So you're never in that scarcity of dating options, you know, like your buddies, right? Most of your chump friends that you went to school with, most of your chump friends that you work with now, you don't have to be in that scarcity of dating options like them, where they have to settle for that semi-cute, unattractive, overweight girl in their tiny social circle because they don't have the skills to go outside of their social circle and pick up those 8s, 9s, and 10s like you're going to. So if you have not yet signed up for my mastery coaching program, again, it's just $1, $1. That's all it's gonna cost, just $1. Here it is right here, $1 for the entire first 30 days of mastery. That's all it's gonna cost you. And I'm not gonna keep this offer up forever. I have to take it down very, very soon because I am going to be moving on to bigger, better things. The guys who are in my coaching program now, I'm gonna continue to coach you guys because that's my obligation to you. But anybody new who tries to come in, sorry, can't come in. Not gonna let you in, okay? I'm gonna have to cut it off. So you guys who get into the program before I shut it down, especially for my $1 special offer, especially for that $1, you guys who get in now, while you still can, I'm gonna continue to teach you guys. It's gonna be my obligation and my honor to continue teaching you guys because you took action, okay? Because you took action. But all you other guys who wait, who dilly-dally around, you know, who sit on your couch, who instead spend $1 at the dollar menu at McDonald's, Taco Bell, and just make poor decisions like that and don't get in my mastery coaching program, sorry, I'm not gonna let you in later, okay? You either take action now or you don't take action, okay? You guys who get into my monthly coaching program, Mastery, before I close the doors, I'm going to continue to teach you what I know. If you're not in there right now, if you're not in my coaching program yet, get into my coaching program like right now. Just click the link below, take you over to my website, and you can get signed up right now. Takes 2 seconds, and it's only $1. Costs $1, right? $1. That's all it's gonna cost. So let's do this. Let's jump into today's coaching video right now. Let's get started. Hey, this is M. I'm out here in front of One Oak in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm still here. About to go in, but I wanted to crack into this quick coaching video. Actually, just did another one before this, but I wanted to crack into this quick coaching video to answer a very common question that I get from a lot of my students, which is, hey M, you've dated these perfect 10s, these dime pieces. Do they really care about my looks? Because I think they do. I think that these perfect 10s, more than anyone out there, care about how you look. Basically, they have this delusion in their head that dime pieces, perfect 10s, all they care about is your looks. So basically, if you're not this tall, jacked, buff, six-pack ab-having model, that you cannot get these perfect 10s. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but it's just not true. As somebody who has approached thousands and thousands of young, beautiful women out there, I will tell you, the dime pieces that I've actually approached and dated, I'm gonna lay down a little shocker on you guys. Almost every single perfect 10 that I've approached, like the genuine perfect 10s, almost every single one, including the ones I've dated, they were the ones who cared the least about looks. They're the ones who care the least about what a guy looks like, okay? Whether he's approaching her or she's dating him. Those are the girls that cared the least about how you look and how attractive you actually are as a guy. But let me tell you who does actually care about looks, which women do care about looks. It's generally the 6s and the 7s, okay? You will find this too. Not even the 8s. Generally the 6s and the 7s of the world. Girls who are, it's Lamborghini. Welcome to Hollywood. Girls who are 6s and 7s, those girls, you will find almost unanimously care about how you look. Those are the girls that are wanting guys who are jacked, that are tall, that are, you know, good looking, that are buffed and all this. Those girls who are 6s and 7s trying to be 10s, okay? And these are generally girls that have to just cake on the makeup and the fake eyelashes and the heels and put on the tight skirt and whatnot to try and emulate the attention of a 10. which they just can't get. They're always gonna be out of reach, right? Because we know as guys what a perfect 10 looks like, okay? There's no denying that. You cannot trick us into thinking what a 10 is. We know what a 10 is. When we see a 10, we're like, that chick's a 10, right? But when we see a 6 or 7, we're like, yeah, that chick's about a 6 or 7. And she knows that, okay? She knows that. And that girl is obsessed with getting the attention of a 10. The attention that a drop-dead gorgeous woman that they see out in the clubs or when they're out on the street, they see that girl getting so much attention. That's what they want. And generally 10s dress pretty classy. They dress pretty elegant, right? And it's very, very non-try-hard. And that makes her even more of a 10, is the fact that she doesn't have to try. It's like, she's just this way, you know, and that's attractive to us. Where, you know, a 6 or a 7, she has to try her ass off to get up there, right? To get up 3, 4 more points to that 9 or 10 level, which she'll never reach. But in her mind, she's thinking, you know, let me put on the tight skirt and let me have my boobies hanging out and I will get the attention of a 10. Where really, she doesn't get the same kind of attention of a 10. So the 7s will get the attention of guys basically wanting to have sex with her and nothing else. Where a 10 generally doesn't even get guys who want to have sex with him. Guys who approach 10s generally just want their approval. Do you care about a guy's looks? What's more important, his looks or his character?
His character.
Okay, so you don't care about looks at all? No? There you go. When it comes to your looks, the only girls that really, really care about that, from my experiences, have been the 6s and the 7s, okay? Those girls who just can't get to that next level of hotness. And one other thing I want to add too, guys, is it's generally those girls that are 6s and 7s that are generally the most mean-spirited, okay? These are generally the girls that are going to be the meanest to you when you're out there doing your approaches. They're going to tend to try to berate you, shame you, put you down, insult you, and take all sorts of shots at your ego, and will even kind of get a kick out of it. Don't think for a second that it's the 8s, 9s, and 10s that are going to be mean to you out there. The hotter girls, you know, you tend to think in your mind like, oh, the hotter she is, the more she's gonna try to cut me down. It's mostly gonna be those girls who are 6s and 7s who are gonna be looking at you like, trying to step to me. 10s don't act like that. 10s won't treat you like that. 10s won't treat you like you're human garbage. Only 6s and 7s and girls who below are going to act like that towards you. 10s generally aren't like that. They're way more secure with themselves, unlike 6s and 7s who are not secure with themselves. See, a place like this, you see a lot of hair, you see a lot of makeup. It's very, very easy to get sucked into that environment and think like, hey man, this chick's hot. But you know, the more you talk to her, the more you realize like, yeah, maybe she's not that hot. Maybe I don't have a connection with her. Maybe I'm just getting taken in by the hair and makeup like you would at a car dealership when you see the car that you're interested in sitting in the showroom. It looks 1,000 times better and makes you want it, right? It's kind of like going to a club. So that's all I have to say for this coaching video. This is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out from One Oak here in Hollywood. A little bit of a crazy scene. I'm gonna go see if there's any young hot girls I could go pick up here. Until next time. For this tiny dollar, you are going to get 30 full days of coaching lessons from me. For $1, you're going to get tips, tricks, secret techniques, things that you can actually use out there in field to approach young hot girls, not just for the next few weeks, not just for the next few months, but for the rest of your life. What I have to teach you guys, even in that very first month, for one tiny dollar, you'll be able to use for the rest of your life. Whenever you see a young hot girl walk by you, you'll be able to walk up to her, stop her, and you'll know exactly what to say and exactly what to do just from what you learned from the first 30 days of my monthly coaching program alone. Just from what you're gonna learn from that first 30 days for $1, okay? And if you cannot spend the dollar, then you know what? Just keep letting those young hot girls walk right by you and just sit back like a chump, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do, not knowing if that girl would have been cool or not knowing if you would have had something in common with that girl, not knowing if you could have been dating that girl this weekend, if you could have gone to dinner with her this weekend, could have gone to coffee with her this weekend, you could have had her over your place this weekend, not knowing any of that because you didn't want to spend this because this was just too expensive for you. You didn't want to splurge $1. It was just too much, all right? Because you got to save this dollar. You got to save this dollar. You got to go down to Wendy's or McDonald's or Taco Bell, and you got to get yourself the dollar menu, which actually they don't even have a dollar menu anymore. I think the cheapest thing on the menu is like $1.50. So you need a little bit more than this. So you got to save your money. Can't get in my monthly coaching program because you got to save your buck, right? You got to go to Wendy's, Taco Bell, McDonald's. You gotta get fatter. You gotta sink mentally deeper into lower consciousness where you're even more asleep in life. You're even more unaware. When young hot girls walk by you, you'll just feel too gross to pick them up. You'll just feel too gross to approach them because you're spending your dollar at the fast food joint, at the drive-thru, because your dollar has to go to something that is destructive, that will destroy you, right? Because that's where most of you guys want to spend your dollars, towards something that will hurt you versus help you. This is the sad thing that I've noticed with guys who don't learn pickup and dating. They want that girl to reject them. They want that girl to walk right by and not even notice them. They want to continue to have that excuse for when that young hot girl walks by them, like, that's okay, she probably has a boyfriend. Or, that's okay, she looks busy. She looks like she's going somewhere. I don't want to bother her. Most of you are not willing to take action because you're not even willing to spend this. If you're not even willing to spend this to learn a whole month's worth of invaluable, priceless pickup and dating lessons that you can't get anywhere else, if you're not even willing to spend this to get those lessons, to get all of my secret tips, tricks, and techniques from the first 30 days of mastery, then you know what? You don't deserve the young hot girl. You don't deserve the dime piece. You deserve those 4s and 5s. You deserve those fat, overweight, unattractive women that are going to poison drip you to death, that you're going to end up marrying, because those are the only girls you're able to attract through your tiny little social circle. Those are the only type of girls you're gonna get. You're never gonna get the dime pieces. And you know what's gonna happen when you marry that 4 or 5, that average looking girl? You don't need me to tell you, just look on your Facebook, as I always like tell my students. Look on your Facebook at all those guys you went to high school and college with, because those are the guys who married the 4s and 5s. Those are the guys that didn't wanna spend this. Those are the guys that were like, you know what? That dollar is way too expensive. I don't want to spend this dollar on that coaching program. No way, man. 30 days of mastery to learn secret pickup techniques and how to approach and attract young hot girls. I don't want to spend this. That's too expensive. I want to use this on the dollar menu at McDonald's. I want to use this to get myself a bean burrito at Taco Bell. I want to use this to get myself a Frosty and fill my body up with sugar and fat. I want my insulin levels to go up so I could get even more of a pot belly. That's where I want to spend that dollar. I don't want to spend it on something that helps me. I want to spend it on something that hurts me. Okay, that way I'll have an excuse not to approach those young hot girls. By not spending this dollar, I can get those 4s and 5s in my tiny social circle, those average, overweight, unattractive women that I saw all my chump friends from high school and college marry. I could get one of those girls who will poison drip me for the rest of my life and who will end up taking me to divorce court one day, take me for everything I got, while she goes behind my back and cheats on me with the plumber or the UPS guy. Okay? Because that's what I really deserve. I don't deserve the 9 or 10. I don't deserve the better life because, you know what? I don't want to spend this. I don't want to spend this dollar. It's just too expensive. I don't want to spend this dollar to learn priceless pickup and dating techniques and tips and tricks and secrets because this dollar it's just too valuable. I don't want to let go of it. So you see where I'm going with this, guys? I cannot force you to come into my mastery coaching program. Okay, that is the easiest step of all this, of what I'm teaching you guys. Forget all the coaching videos that I'm uploading on my YouTube. Forget everything you're learning on there, because if you can't take action, if you can't jump into my coaching program for $1 to get 30 days worth of coaching lessons, which at any time you can cancel. If you can't even do that and take the very first step, then can't help you, okay? But for you guys, and I know you're out there, for you limited number of guys out there, a handful of guys that are hearing me speak to you, you get what I say, you feel the value that I'm trying to give you, you see what I'm offering you for $1, okay? For $1, and you're ready to take advantage of it. You obviously want to learn, and I obviously want to teach. Because one thing you guys don't realize is, you know those 4s and 5s and those 6s even that you guys keep settling for, that are like average, unattractive, and maybe just a smudge semi-cute that you think, you know, because they're 4s, 5s, and 6s, that somehow they're going to be nicer to you. You guys are completely delusional. Okay, whenever I hear a guy tell me that they settle for 4s, 5s, and 6s because they think they're nicer or it's going to be easier, I laugh my ass off. Okay, I just laugh my ass off. I'm like, are you kidding me? You obviously don't go out enough. You obviously do not approach enough, because if you did, you would quickly realize that those 4s, 5s, and 6s that you've been settling for your entire life, those are the girls that are the meanest. Those are the girls that are the most mean-spirited. They get the biggest high off of rejecting you, kicking you down to the ground, cutting you down, making fun of you. Those are the girls that will blow you out the hardest, and they will get a sick pleasure out of it. Where 9s and 10s, they don't do that. Legitimate 9s and 10s, because some girls out there, that some guys might be like, oh, she's a 9, and she's really just like a trashy nightclub celebrity, like a nightclub slut, right? I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about genuine 9s and 10s. Girls who are absolutely gorgeous, pretty face, high caliber, classy. Those type of girls, they are not going to do that to you, okay? They are not going to try to cut you down, and they're not going to try to blow you out hard and get some sick pleasure out of rejecting you like the 4s, 5s, and 6s do, even the 7s. They're not like that, okay? The 9s and 10s are actually cool. And I dare you to approach a 9 or 10 and see it for yourself. See what I'm talking about for yourself. If you see a legitimate 9 or 10 walking around out there, just a very attractive, gorgeous, pretty faced girl, high caliber, go approach that girl. Even if she does reject you, I guarantee it won't even be that bad. She might be like, oh, you're so sweet, thank you very much, but yeah, I'm kind of seeing somebody. Thank you, you're so sweet, have a great day. But do the same approach on a 4, 5, or 6. See how hard that 4, 5, or 6 blows you out. You think she's gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm kind of seeing somebody. Sorry, have a nice day. No, that girl's gonna be like, psst, look at your short ass. Look at your short, fat ass. Are you kidding me? You can't step to me. That's the kind of attitude you're gonna get from those 4s, 5s, and 6s that you think are nicer, that you think you have to settle for because you can't get the 9s and 10s. But that is what is in your head when you don't learn this stuff, when you don't learn pickup and dating, when you're not out there approaching like I am, or like all of my students are. All of my students who are in my program, Mastery. That is the mentality you guys have because you haven't been on the other side of the tracks yet. You're still indoctrinated with all that stuff you saw on television that, oh, the 4s, 5s, and 6s are nicer, and those 9s and 10s, they must all be bitches. They must all be just complete mean-spirited bitches. Just like that movie Mean Girls, they must all be mean. It's just not true. If you don't believe me, just go out there for yourself. Next time you see a 9 or 10, you don't even need pickup skill to do this. Just approach her and give it your best shot. You never know, you might be having a good day and you might attract her. But if she rejects you at all, you're gonna realize quickly it wasn't that bad, okay? Like even if she rejects you and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm seeing somebody, and you walk away, you're not really gonna feel bad. She's not gonna cut you down. She's not gonna be like, oh, you're fat, look at your belly. Ugh, gross, no. She's not gonna do that. Legitimate 9s and 10s do not do that. I'm telling you guys, it's the 4s, 5s, 6s, and sometimes the 7s, okay? Those are the girls who do that, okay? It's the girls who aren't that hot that do that to you, that cut you down, that get a sick pleasure out of rejecting you and making you feel bad about yourself. Those are the girls that are doing that. And this is why I teach you guys, you don't have to settle for those girls. There's no reason to. And just because all your chump friends from high school did, doesn't mean you have to. That's the last thing you should do, guys. Because those girls, you end up dating those girls, you get them pregnant, you end up marrying them, those girls will screw you. Big time. You think the 9s and 10s are gonna screw you because you think they're all gold diggers? It's just not true, okay? Yeah, there's some 9s and 10s out there that are gold diggers. You could spot those girls a mile away though. You know, they'll usually have that Louis Vuitton, that ugly Louis Vuitton bag. That's a huge red flag. And they're obsessed with you buying them things. That's how you could tell you've got a gold digger. But you know, you've got girls who are 4s, 5s, and 6s who do that too, okay? And you can spot them a mile away. But I'm talking about legitimate 9s and 10s who are high caliber, gorgeous, and classy, okay? I'm not talking about the gold diggers. I'm talking about the girls who are classy. Those Those girls are not going to do that to you. They're not going to spend their lives poison dripping you to death or trying to take you to divorce court. No, those girls are gonna try to work things out with you. A lot of times they're very submissive. As long as you're alpha, as long as you're able to put your foot down, as long as you're willing to be a man, and as long as you're willing to lead, they will let you lead. Okay, they will let you lead. Those kind of girls actually want to be feminine and they want you to be masculine. Where the 4s, 5s, and 6s, those girls, they want to wear the pants. They want to be masculine. Just look at the 4s, 5s, and 6s that are out there now. You know, you see them in your everyday life. They might be your cashier, they might be your waitress. Those are generally the girls that have to take those kind of jobs, the 4s, 5s, and 6s. 9s and 10s don't work those kind of jobs. Just look at how those girls treat you. They always want to wear the pants. They're always trying to be masculine on you and make you be feminine. Those are the last type of girls that you want to be out there approaching and you want to be out there settling for. Those are the last type of girls you want to have anything to do with romantically, okay? The girls you want to go after, again, are the girls that I teach you how to go after, the 8s, 9s, and 10s, period. That's it. No matter what you look like, no matter how attractive you are or how unattractive you are. That's a great thing about hot girls is it's not about how you look. It's about how you project yourself, how you present yourself to her, how you come across to her, okay? I've got guys in my monthly coaching program, Mastery, I've got guys who are software engineers. Like one guy who I talk about a lot, my guy Rajiv, he's taken all my coaching programs. Rajiv is 5'6", and this guy was so shy when he first started out. Rajiv's been with me for a while. This guy, you should see him now. I mean, this guy used to be shy, never had a girlfriend before. Now he's walking up to like complete stunners. And when I say stunners, I'm talking about just gorgeous women, 9s and 10s, like walking right up and boom, hey, who are you? I'm Rajiv. My name's Rajiv. I'm software engineer. And the girl's like, oh my God, I love you, Rajiv. You know, and you should see the reaction from these girls. They have a reaction on their faces that, you know, I'm in Hollywood, I see guys trying to use their Lamborghini and trying to use their Rolls Royce and their Porsche to try to attract these girls and their Rolex. And it looks so try-hard. It looks so sad with these guys walking around with their keys and stuff, trying to pull the girl outside of the bar so she could see his car. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. And then my buddy Rajiv, my student Rajiv, just jumps right in front of these guys like, hi, I'm Rajiv. You know, these guys are like, what? What's going on? And they're just blown away because here's this 5'6" Indian guy just blasting right past him and attracting the girl right in front of him. And Rajiv doesn't have no Lamborghini, doesn't have any Rolls Royce or anything like that. So you have to understand how powerful the lessons in my monthly coaching program, Mastery, actually are, to the point where a 5'6" Indian guy, software engineer, guy who doesn't work out, just works on software all day long, has a pudgy stomach, refuses to work out, eats horribly. I'm trying to get him to eat better, but it's even worse now to try to get him to eat better because he's having so much success approaching these young hot girls where he's like, why should I even work out? I'm doing great. These girls are obviously attracted to me. You know, he's like, if I get six-pack abs, it might hurt my game. You know, it's just hilarious. But he's just a very, very awesome example of a student from my coaching program who has achieved massive success. And he doesn't have the looks, he doesn't have the money, and he doesn't have the status. I mean, he has a pretty decent job as a software engineer, but he isn't driving no Lamborghini, he's not driving a Rolls Royce, he's not a movie producer, but he's out in LA and he is kicking ass. And a lot of you guys make comments about my wingman, Brando. You know, they're like, oh, Brando, he's like 6'4", he's perfect, he looks like a model, and blah, 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 and all this. And let me tell you, man, Rajiv could give Brando a run for his money, easily. And Brando has been gaming a lot longer. Brando games with me, so he learns a lot from me and vice versa. But Rajiv could give him a run for his money. Rajiv, a guy who just a year ago, this guy was sitting at home on his computer, on Facebook half the time. He was following girls on Instagram that he'd never met, like models and stuff, just fantasizing about being with these girls as opposed to actually going out there and approaching these type of girls, okay? And it wasn't until he came across my YouTube videos and got in my monthly coaching program and started going out there and just applying the tech. That's all he did. He just applied what he learned. He didn't do anything that was complex or difficult. He just went out there and said, hey, I just took what you were teaching in the program and I just started applying it. That's all. And it was like, hey, you know what? It worked. He was like, I couldn't believe it worked. And he was a guy who was like, oh, I was just gonna take it for a few weeks and then quit after 30 days. But he was like, they didn't kept working and working. And he was like, then I kept getting better and better. And he was like, then I started approaching hotter and hotter girls. He started to get more and more confident to the point where now he's like a sponge. He can't wait for the next month's lessons to come and start applying those techniques as well, because his game keeps going up and up and up and up. It's actually even to the point where I'm like, this guy may surpass me. It's crazy. This guy may surpass me. He has just got a massive passion and drive to learn this stuff and go out there and apply it. And that's all he's doing. He's just taking what he's learning from my program and going out and applying. And that's all you have to do. I've made it so simple and so easy. You know, none of these lessons are complex. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist or anything like that. And this stuff is fun, okay? It's not like school where you're gonna go to math class and you're gonna learn trigonometry or calculus. Man, that stuff is boring, all right? And the tuition there is whole lot more than $1. I think per semester at USC now, it's like $75,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was reading it in the LA Times that USC just raised their tuition. It's like 75 grand a semester, something crazy like that. What I'm hearing around the campfire is you don't even need the grades anymore to get into USC. As long as you got the paper, as long as you got the ability to pay for it, they'll let you in. 75,000 for what? To learn math, to learn some calculus, trigonometry, you know, get a degree that you're probably not even gonna use. But I guarantee every little thing you learn in my mastery coaching program, even in the first month for $1 tiny, guarantee you are going to be able to use it out there right away. Okay, the second you learn it, be able to step right outside your house and you will be able to apply it. You won't have to wait. It's not like college where, you know, you have to wait till you're done with the 5 years of college and going to class every day before you can apply this stuff and see if it works. No, everything you learn in my mastery coaching program, you'll be able to walk right out your door and make it work for you. Here, by the way, step outside of my house. You guys are like, where does this guy live? Yeah, everything you learn in my mastery coaching program, you will be able to apply ASAP, okay? ASAP. Give you a quick 360 in my house here. Woo. In case you've never seen it, the garage. And it's a quiet day in the neighborhood here. Let's take a little walk out here. So everything you learn in my mastery coaching program, right from the get-go, just for that $1, you'll be able to use right away. So it's not like college, it's not like university where, you know, you have to wait until you graduate before you can use this stuff. You have to go out there and try to look for a job. You have to look for a recruiter and all this. You have to get experience. You have to work as an intern. No, none of that with mastery. Everything you learn in my mastery coaching program, all this pickup and dating knowledge, hey, second you learn it, step right outside your house, just as I did, okay? You just step right out. Next young hot girl you see, go try it on her. It will work, okay? You'll be able to go try it on her and guarantee it will work, okay? I guarantee it. Because all this stuff has already been field tested for you. I've been doing this over 2 decades now. I've approached thousands and thousands of young hot girls. I've dated over 300 young beautiful women myself. That number would have been much, much higher if I wasn't so picky, but I'm really, really super picky, okay? I could easily be in the thousands if I wasn't so picky. But I'm really, really super picky about who I let into my life, who I invest my time in dating, because I'm in abundance. I have the ability to do that. I have those options, which is what I want you to have. I want you to stop living in such scarcity where you have such a scarce, minuscule amount of dating options or 0 dating options where you have to settle for the first semi-cute girl who happens to like you. What kind of life is that? Okay, what kind of destiny is that? Is that what you wanted for yourself as a kid? Of course not. You wanted the best for yourself. You wanted the best, most hottest, most attractive girl you could possibly get to be your girlfriend. And I want to give you the tools so you can go out and get that girl. Do you see what I'm trying to do here? You see how I'm trying to help you? I'm trying to give you the tools and the tips and the tricks and the secret techniques. I'm trying to give you what I've learned in pickup and dating over the last 2 decades. I'm just trying to give it to you so you can go out there and get that girl. And you can stop settling for these 4s, 5s, and 6s that you do not have to settle for. That all your chump friends from high school settle for. You don't have to settle for these girls, guys. You don't. As I've already taught you guys, those girls are a lot meaner, a lot colder, and those girls will screw you over in the long run. The 9s and 10s of the world, those genuine 9s and 10s that are pretty, that are high caliber, that have class, those girls aren't gonna do that to you. Sure, you're still gonna have to be an alpha male. Doesn't mean you can sit back and be beta and she'll let you get away with that. You still have to be alpha, you still have to lead, but those girls are much less likely to poison drip you and become a 5'2", 200-pound tyrant that's ordering you around for the rest of your life like a little boy, like a lot of your classmates' wives are. You know, a lot of those guys you went to high school and college with. Just check your Facebook if you don't believe me. Look on your Facebook, check out their wives. You know, I'm not trying to be mean, but check out the girls that they married. Those guys, you cannot tell me those guys did not settle. You know it, and I know it. They settled. Why did they settle? Because they don't have this knowledge. The knowledge I'm trying to give you right now. They didn't have the ability to go out there beyond their tiny social circle of their family, friends, and coworkers, beyond their tiny social circle where they could get those young hot girls into their lives. And every single young hot girl that I've dated, that has been my girlfriend, you can ask any one of them, how did they meet me? 100% of them will say, that guy, Matt, the way that I became his girlfriend is he picked me up. I met him randomly somewhere and he just walked up to me and he started talking to me. I picked them up through cold approach pickup. What I teach you guys in my mastery coaching program. That's how I met 100% of the girlfriends that I've had. Every single young hot girl that I've dated, I've met through cold approach pickup. Like I said, if you were to ask any one of them, how did you meet him? They'll tell you, he picked me up. I was standing here randomly. He just walked up, started talking to me. The reason why I picked them up is because I don't have, just like you, just like most guys, we don't have those kind of hot girls in our tiny social circle, okay? It's very rare you're gonna come across a guy who has young hot girls that are model looking, that are gorgeous in their tiny social circle, okay? I definitely didn't have them in mine. You probably don't have them in yours, which means, guess what? You gotta go outside of your social circle. You gotta go outside of your tribe, and you gotta go infiltrate somebody else's social circle, somebody else's tribe, and get those girls from them. And what's going to give you the ability to get those girls are the tools, the tips, the tricks, the techniques that I have to teach you in my mastery coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. This is where I teach you guys all about cold approach pickup, how to approach young hot girls out on the street, cold, any place you are, anywhere, anytime, doesn't matter. No matter what kind of mood you're in, no matter if it's raining outside or if it's sunny outside, it's not gonna matter. You're gonna be able to walk up to any young hot girl you see and just walk right up to her and go, bam, who are you? What's your name? Where are you going? I'm coming with you. That simple, okay? But it all starts here. The only action that you actually have to take, I mean, really the biggest step is just getting into my mastery coaching program. And like I said, right now it's only $1. This is how much it costs for the very first month. For the first 30 days of mastery, this is how much it costs. Okay, you could either spend this dollar on Taco Bell, McDonald's, the dollar menu out there, or you could use it to actually help yourself and learn invaluable tips, tricks, and techniques that you can only learn from a pickup instructor. You know, and you're not gonna be learning from Joe Schmo pickup instructor off Craigslist. You're gonna be learning off one of the top 25 pickup artists in the world, which is me. You're gonna be learning from somebody who is actually out there approaching young hot girls in venues, has been doing this over 2 decades, and is still doing it today. Okay, I'm still doing this today. And I'm still teaching guys. I've taught thousands of guys all over the world. And now I'm ready to teach you. I'm ready to teach you if you are willing to learn. If you're willing to come into my coaching program, I will teach you what I know. But you have to take that first step. You have to click the link below, take you over to my website, and you can get signed up right now. Takes 2 seconds. Boom, done. You're in the coaching program. Take action. Stop waiting. Stop waiting until you're old and gray. Stop letting all of these young hot girls pass you by every single day. Just cut that lifestyle out once and for all. Right now, it's time to change your destiny. Let's change your destiny together. Get into my mastery coaching program and let's do this together. Me and you. You want to learn, I want to teach. I want to teach you what I know. All you have to do is sit there, listen to what I have to teach you, then go out and apply it. And I guarantee it's gonna work. Just do what I say, go out there and apply it, and see how powerful it is for yourself. All right? Click the link below, get over to my website, get signed up for 7 months of mastery right now. All it is $1, okay? Just $1, okay? $1 for the first month, the entire 30 days, the first 30 days of mastery. It's $1. That's all it costs. Let's do this right now. Let's change your destiny right now. Let's do it. Stop waiting. Let's do it.